What's up guys, welcome back to another video. So in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you how I created this set of polygel nails. I used the Born Pretty Store poly extension gel for this look, and I also did a little bit of a design on top since it is my birthday tomorrow, so I wanted something really girly and super classy, so this is the design I went with. So if you guys would be interested to see how I completed this look plus my review and demo of the poly extension gel by Born Pretty Store, then just keep on watching. So guys, before we dive into the actual nail design, I'm just going to share with you a little bit of information about the poly gel. So as I stated previously, I'm going to be using the Born Pretty Store poly extension gel. I got mine from AliExpress. They cost £2.29 per tube and you get 20 millilitres of product. So guys, for the purposes of today's video, I'm going to be using number 7, which is the gorgeous colour pink shade, and I'm absolutely in love with it. And I'm also going to be using the Born Pretty Store polygel brush, which I also got from AliExpress. The only thing that I wasn't able to pick up from AliExpress was my jewel forms. I already had these Luxe nails ones that I got from eBay years ago, but I didn't see the purpose in going buying new ones when I already had ones at home. So guys, diving right into what this product is actually like in performance wise. So I'm first going in and I'm going to go ahead and remove the old strengthener that I had on my nails, and this video is a little bit longer this time because I have kept in all of my nail prep as well as what I do once I am finished with the nails. So as you can see, I just went in with my nail sanitizer and I'm using that excess liquid to help me push back my cuticles and remove any excess skin. I don't actually have anything much to do here because I just did my nails the other day, so I just had to tidy them up a little bit. And then I go in with Cuccio Pro's nail dehydrator and I dehydrate my natural nails. And then I go ahead and leave that to air dry for around about 15 seconds before I go in and prime my nails. So the primer I'm using today, as you can see, is the Cuccio Pro Extra Strength Acid Primer. So I'm going to apply this to my nails and again allow that to air dry before I go in with my base coat. So this is all down to personal preference, but I really like to use a soak off base coat underneath my polygel, and it not only helps with the adhesion of the polygel, but it could help me remove the product later on as well. So I could file down to that thin layer of gel and then just soak off the rest so I don't damage my nails in the process. And then that is these nails ready for the polygel. So my last steps is just to go ahead and dry those nails in my LED light and remove the sticky layer. So my next step is to go ahead and measure out my jewel forms, and as I said, I am using these Luxe nails ones that I picked up from eBay. They are absolutely perfect for what I need them for and are amazing quality. So I'm just going to go ahead and measure out my nails. If you guys are interested, my pinky is a number 7, my middle finger is a number 4, and then my pointer and also my ring finger are both number 5s, and then my thumb is a number 1. And when measuring your nail forms, what you want to remember is they fit your nails from sidewall to sidewall and there is no gaps. Then I'm just going to go ahead and squeeze out a small amount. I like to work in 2 parts, so I will do my first sort of the shape of my nail with my first layer of polygel, and then I will apply more later on. So my very first step is to go in and apply a bead of that polygel, roll it onto those jewel forms, and then I just take a small amount of isopropyl alcohol on my brush. You really do not need too much isopropyl alcohol because it can break down the product and it will cause lifting later on. You just need enough that your brush doesn't stick to the polygel and it's pliable enough to mould it into the shape that you want. So I just drag the polygel around the cuticle area, making it nice and thin there, and then I shape out the bottom, and then I go ahead and firmly attach that to my nail, removing any of the polygel that has leaked out. And then as you can see, I flip my finger upside down and just fix the bottom so there isn't too much chunkiness at the bottom, because it could be a nightmare to file off and your nails will just look overly bulky when you're filing them. So like I said, my goal here was just to create a nice thin enhancement, so I've gone ahead and popped them into my light and flash cured it so I could move on with the next nail. This one is sped up, but I just wanted to show you how easy it is to go ahead and do most of your nails at once, so you are saving yourself some time. So what I do is, once I have applied the gel form to the nail, I will flash cure it for about 15 seconds and then I can move on to the next nail, and then I will repeat the process process on all of those nails, making sure that everything is nice and flush, and then I will go ahead and fully cure those nails. And now I am popping off the gel forms, and all you're doing is just pressing on those little tabs at the bottom, which releases air up into the extension and allows you to pop off those gel forms super easy, and you're left with really nice thin enhancements that you could go ahead and build up the structure on now. So I must admit, I actually really liked working with this polygel. It really reminds me of the consistency of the Madame Glam polygel, so it's not too hard and it's not too soft that you're tracing it around the nail. It just has that nice sort of like plasticine consistency to it. It is absolutely perfect to work with, as you could see. I had no issues fixing my cuticle area or anything like that. It was easy to add more product to the nail and just build up my structure without the nails looking too bulky, and the product felt really strong. And finally guys, here is the nails once I have gone ahead and applied 2 coats of product to all of the nails, and I've removed the sticky layer as well. And I'm now going in with my hand file first, and when I am filing my nails I do it in 2 steps. So first with my hand file I will go ahead and just refine the cuticle area and also the side walls, and then I will also shape in the tip to what I want, and then slowly drag that file. It does look like I'm going to turn here, but I sped this up for you guys, but then I will just drag that file down the rest of the nail so everything is nice and flush. And then when I've done that, I switch over to my e-file, and then I will debulk underneath the nail just to make sure any excess polygel is gone from under there and they're not too thick. And then I will also take down some of the bulk from the top of the nail. Then I go ahead and take my little scrubbing brush here and remove any of that dust, and then I will sanitize my nails once again. And here is the finished product. As you can see, it's super nice. The nails are nice and even, not too chunky, and I actually really loved working with the product. And I just think for £2.29 you really are getting an amazing little product to work with, and you will get a few sets from each tube. So guys, now that I have my base prepared, it's time for me to move on to the nail art. So I'm starting with my pointer finger, which is going to be my glitter accent nail. And for that I'm using Smileys Glitter Store Holo Rose Gold. And then to apply that, I first go in with a layer of Artistic Rock Hard Headliner, which is just a brush on clear gel. I apply a layer of that, and then I sprinkle on my glitter, tap off any excess, and then I will cure that for 60 seconds. And then for my pinky and also my thumb, the base colour I'm using today is Rosebud by Kiki London, and I'm going to do 2 coats of this, curing each for 30 seconds. So guys, moving right on to the fun part, and for my nail art today I decided to keep it a little bit basic. So I pulled out all of my water decals, and I found these absolutely gorgeous 3D ones by Fashion Nails. I picked these up from El Corazon absolutely ages ago, and they're really beautiful little white roses with some lace detailing on them, so I thought they were super classy and would be perfect for this design. So I'm going in, just cutting out my chosen stencil, and then I'm soaking that in some water for about 15 seconds. And then I just remove the decal, and I will take my time here because guys, I'm not even kidding, it took me ages. Since they're a little bit more 3D, they do take a little bit more persistence to get them to stick down a little bit. So I just had to hold that into place until those firmly attached to the sides of my nails, and then I went ahead and top coated that nail. But as you can see, the decal themselves are absolutely gorgeous. So like I said, I went in with some glossing gel, which is Artistic's top coat, so I applied this to the nail so I had a nice even nail to start adding a little bit of gel paints, because as you could see, the decal didn't fit from the top of my cuticle area down to the tip. So I'm just going to go ahead and take my number 0 Rubloff brush and also my Indigo Nails gel paints, and I'm just going to go ahead and add a tiny little border around that decal just to cover up where it didn't fit on the nail. And I just can't believe how gorgeous these are. They were so stunning. I definitely need to be using a little bit more of these because I have them in a few different styles. And then to finish off that nail, I did go ahead and remove any excess gel that had got onto my skin, and then I repeated the process once again so everything was fully opaque. So for the ring finger, which is going to be my bling nail, the base is really simple. I first went in with a layer of this newly released Kiki London No White Rubber top coat, and I cured that for 60 seconds in my LED light, and then over the top of that I'm going in with this absolutely gorgeous Magic Aurora unicorn powder from A&A Glitter. So as you can see, it gives this really beautiful almost rose gold shift to it underneath that polygel, and I was just in love with it. So I just went in, worked that in with my finger, and then I top coated that with a layer of Artistic's Colour Gloss base coat, because like you guys know, I always use a base coat over my glitters first so I don't get any glitter in my top coats. So for the actual bling, I first went in with a layer of Missu's jewellery gel. This one is the Design by Tony Lai one and is better for larger size crystals. I am so in love with it. So onto that wet jewellery gel, I then applied a layer of Kiki London's No White Rubber base coat, and this is what I'm going to use to secure my bling to. And then onto that wet gel, I'm going in with my bling this time. So I'm using 3 different colours of Swarovski crystals. I'm using blush rose, rose gold, and also Chalkwhite. I got the blush rose and the rose gold. They're in a little set that I got from the Nail and Beauty link, which is absolutely perfect, by the way, because it has absolutely everything you need to create lots of different designs. You get shapes and various flat backs in lots of sizes. So as you can see, when it comes to my actual bling nail, I have no rhyme or reason here. I'm just going in and adding each of these crystals, starting with a large rose gold one in the middle, and then I just finished it off by adding a few little crystals going down right to that very tip. And then I decided it needed a little bit more, so I went in with some rose gold caviar beads. These are the little micro ones. I got these ones in a set from AliExpress for super cheap as well. So as you can see, I'm sort of adding a little sort of lacy chain type design at the bottom of those crystals, and then I went in and surrounded some of those larger middle crystals with some caviar beads as well, because I really like how the eye catches the caviar beads when it meets that first big crystal, and it just looked super cool and filled up the little gaps that were left in between the crystals. And then I just went ahead and added a few more of those little caviar beads into a few of the spaces, just so they filled up the little gaps. And then I used my dotting tool end to make sure everything was in place, and then I fully cured that nail for 60 seconds. And then once again, when they came out of the light, I went ahead and sanitised my nails to remove the sticky layer and any excess glitter from around my cuticle area. And then my last and final steps was to go ahead and take my Artistic Glossing Gel and go ahead and add a layer of that to all of the nails, obviously except the glitter nail, and I even put a little bit just where those caviar beads were so they had a little bit more protection. And then once again, I popped my nails in my LED light for 60 seconds to fully cure that layer. So guys, now that I have my nails all done, it's time to start taking care of the skin, which is super important since, as you saw, I use a lot of chemicals and my skin is really dry. So I first started by sanitising my nails again, and then I took a cotton pad and really gave those nails a really good wipe just to make sure I had removed any dust and debris and that sticky layer of gel was completely gone. And then off camera, I went into my bathroom and just gave my hands a really good scrub with some warm water and soap. And I'm now going in to add some of my nail care products. So today I'm using Melty Talented by Soap and Glory. And this one is an almond oil and it is absolutely beautiful. It smells amazing and does wonders to the skin. So I'm just applying a little bit of this to each cuticle area and then really working that into the cuticle and side walls and giving my fingers a tiny little bit of a massage. And then I'm going in with my Soap and Glory hand food. Again, one of my favourite products. I use it all of the time and I love the smell of it. So as you can see, I repeat the process and just go ahead and really massage that into my skin. And then I leave that to set for around about a couple of minutes. And then I will go in with my cuticle oil. So I'm using this Soap and Glory one. And once again, I will just apply a small amount of this to the cuticle area and then really work that in, giving my fingers a little bit of TLC. And finally guys, this is what my nail design looked like once everything was done, and I must admit I am absolutely in love with how this turned out. It was super simple and honestly only took me about half an hour to complete the whole thing once I had done my extensions and things like that. It was so easy to do and is absolutely beginner proof, and I just love how that bling nail turned out and how the whole set came together. So guys, as always, if you are interested in any of the products that I have used in today's video, please check the description box and I will go ahead and leave all of the names and colours and things I used, as well as my discount code for A&A Glitter, which is merely there for you guys' benefit only. I do not receive any money or anything like that from it. It is just there for you guys to get some cash off your next order. And finally guys, I really hope you enjoyed my review and demo for the Born Pretty Store Poly Extension Gel, and that you liked my birthday design that I put on top. And as always, I really hope you guys enjoyed this one, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up, I would totally appreciate it. And if you're new to my channel and you haven't already, don't forget to click that subscribe button and hit that notifications bell to be updated anytime I upload a new video. It would mean the world to me if you could come and join us here. And as always guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!